Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very fine evening to everyone, especially Wild Reef lovers. So, welcome once more to the WSPL Wild Reef Shell Pacific Legion 2025, brought to you by Instalock Esports Enterprise with co-organizers Unimas Esports Club, an official student club from the public university here in Borneo Island of Sarawak in Malaysia, as well as Gizmo Gamers Esports Arena, the people behind of our high value quality live stream brought to you in this upcoming 1 month of entirety for the WSPL 2025, as well as the big shout out to our community of WSPL out there. So this tournament is fully funded by the Dana Isukan KBS, an esports funding program and initiatives by the Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Government for Malaysia, as well as from the ESI, Rakan Muda and Rakan Muda Digital. So we are fully supported by the job in campus of Unimas, a local university here again in Sarawak and Borneo Island. So for tonight, we are going to have one more best of 3 series between two very strong teams. And you are going to be accompanied by me, Sir A. And today I have a very special co-caster with me. Hello, Harajuku Oni.
Hello, very special indeed. I can finally make my appearance here after getting knocked out in the previous stage, but otherwise, very nice evening, and I hope everyone's happy to see me today. I was supporting Team Fearless in the comments, but now here I am to cast for them. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. They've gotten this far. They're fighting one of the bigger demons on the bracket right here. So we'll have to see how it goes because this is going to cost them.
Yes, it's definitely going to, pulling out a lot of their heart, soul, determination, effort, you name it, because they are the only team, non-Philippines team that is currently left in our bracket and leaderboard for WSPL 2025. Fearless representing Indonesia. And we have them going up against the 1.5 odds, the only Philippine teams that has been wreaking havoc and going from the lower bracket run for they themselves to actually challenge our top seeder of another two Filipino teams. So it is something that is going to be really hype about, because we are going to see whether Fearless have what it takes to actually go toe-to-toe with 1.5 odds. I think you should have much more experience against these sorts of people, right, Oni?
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, these two teams, having seen 1.5 odds, I've done my homework on them. They're very strong team, and I've had my scream sessions with Fearless. They are both strong teams, but I feel like it's down to Team Fearless right now to finally land a blow on the Filipino region. Because come on, Fearless, you can't let them get away with this, right? Top 3, all Philippine teams. We hope to see something from Team Fearless today.
So all eyes is on Fearless, because not because of their identity and whatnot, but we just say that, come on, guys, be competitive and try to knock the giants, try to knock on those really untouchable teams from the Philippines, which I think has somewhat shown us a very outstanding way to play the game, and they read opponents like books. They know exactly what they are doing, and whatever they are doing, they're doing it right.
Exactly that. So this is Team Fearless chance to show them that they are worthy of being here. They are worthy of going toe to toe with big name teams. But let's go straight to the bans here. We do see instantly bans going out from Fearless. They're all 3 jungle bans here. We have Nocturne for the start. Nocturne's a very solid teamfight based champion. Once you press the ult, it's going to be absolutely insane. Pairing Nocturne with someone like instant follow-up like Galio is an instant kill, an instant wipe actually, because the team being disoriented, it's hard for them to follow up. At the same time, they do have the
See.
Vi and the J4 bans. This is very, very set up for set up reliant champions, and we do see the reason why they are banning these champions. They want to bring out the Viego. If you pick up Viego, it's very difficult to play Viego against champions like Vi and J4. The early game is too strong, too fast. The ganking is too hard. They need to soften. They need to soften the draft up for Viego right here. And on the side of 1.5 odds, you do see the Bard ban going on. That is probably a respect ban going on to Tokachan, because the Bard is very good at either stalling team fights, stalling enemies, stopping barons, you name it. That alt, variable uses, and don't get me started with the portal. That is so annoying. Having Camille, having Alessandra picked out, having a banned out is also really good. Camille with the instant setup provides a one pick. And looking at these teams right now, they're both teams are very good. And once you pick one, you go for all. Once one is dead, it's a 5 versus 4. No matter what skills you burn, you might have a better chance at winning the fights. Same concept with Lissandra.
Mhm. So I think we have been talking about J4 and Nocturne being in the meta for quite some time, but we kind of find it like hard to tell why is the Vi is in the ban for such a number of games. I mean, like you saw Nocturne, Zillion, Bart, all these, and also Lissandra. They are all the top pen from all the teams in WSPL. But
Right.
the moment we saw Vi, so the basic reason is because the team has intention to play Viego.
Yes, that is one thing. At the same time, the thing about Vi is that she can, just like J4, she can build tank and do an insane amount of damage. I'm talking about 100 to 0 an ADC. If your ADC is left alone in lane, it doesn't matter if she has clans. Once you press R, it's an instant lock. Just, press and
Mm-hmm.
lock, instantly knock up CC, full burst Q. You can go for an alt auto EQ E again, break your passive a couple times, and then the ADC is gone. That's the thing about Vi. The ganks are very little, and it's point and click too. There's not as much skill needed compared to J4, where you have to line up. You have to line up your E to make sure you get that knock up, or else
Yeah,
it's the setup is not gonna be as good.
yeah. So
So
I
we
mean,
finally
like
see the
hitting.
other bands coming out too.
Yeah, finally we get to see Zillion as well as Lee Sin. Lee Sin also has been shown to be banned during the second phase, but only yesterday the Filipinos is actually the one that has banned Lee Sin during the first phase, which I think um, is not so much of a hot pick, but it is the champion that is a comfort champion for certain player, which they really feel like either we ban this one first or it's going to be taken. So I think both of the team is ready with their lineup and composition for today, and I am quite interested with the ban in Atrox as well as Poppy. I mean, Atrox has
Mm.
been getting away in so many matches, but now the 1.5 odds team, they are among the few that is choosing to ban Atrox. What do you think?
I feel like that's a little bit surprising. If you're considering that Aatrox were to be picked in the top lane, because from 1.5 odds you already have the Fiora. You're not really too afraid of the Aatrox. Aatrox
Should
has 3
be.
Qs. Yeah, you can just like riposte one of the Qs. That is an instant win for you. So the ban on Aatrox, I think, is a very interesting ban. Because you already have Viego, so you know the only other way they could be playing Aatrox is top. There's no way you're going to be playing Aatrox in the jungle. So quite an interesting ban, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe for the sake of not risking it, they are still going to pick out banner Aatrox. It is a viable champion to be played in mid even. Then again, you would have no AP. The Poppy ban, however, is also a very, very good ban, because of the amount of engage and disengage a Poppy can do is not going to be fun. Plus, here's a surprising fact. Despite Poppy
Mm-hmm.
being a tank, he wins Fiora. he wins Fiora.
Okay, I mean, like, that is a very very fun fact for the side of Poppy, but um yeah, unfortunately we don't see Poppy too much, especially in our live streams. We actually see none of it. None of the teams actually pick Poppy, which I find it very very surprising indeed. People will go for Jace. I mean, like, some of these very very niche picks. Jace, Jax is being a bit more popular. Renekton, there's one yesterday, but
Yes,
also
Renekton.
Sinch is another one that I think
Mm.
in these 3 days only one time is picked by I think it's the Fearless team, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean, like,
the poppy pig is the poppy pig. The poppy pig being rare, it is something interesting to see. Knowing how like you've seen how poppy performs in worlds in PC, right? So I would have
mhm.
assumed poppy would have more presence even in jungle or top or even support. Yet we see very less of it, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's too lacking. I understand that it comes down to itemization as well as a level change. But before we go much more into that, so we would like to have out for our fourth placement of today. We are going to see the fight. Either it's going to be the Indonesian Fearless, or it is going to be the Filipinos, one of the Filipino giants, 1.5 odds, that is going to go on and have a chance against the other Filipino team's way team for these two. So buckle up. We are going to have our best of three for today, and then we would definitely love to see how competitive these two teams can be. And starting off the game, the Rumble and Fiora is already going at each other.
Right, and that was a pretty good trade on the side of Rumble. You see that he's trading with E first because that he's trying his best not to get into range of Fiora. So during that trade, he got lucky that the Fiora's mark ended up popping up behind him. So that's why he decided, okay, I can take this trade with my E, and I can just kite a slight bit more. So maybe I can chunk as much damage as possible. The thing about Fiora, fighting Fiora, is that you're going to have to do your best to either reset the mark out of vision, like just like that, and then pray that the mark
Yep.
is more suitable. So in these circumstances, he has to move back out of vision or he takes the poke just like that. That is going to be very dangerous on the side of Rumble. He has to pop the fruit here. That is not going to be sustainable in the long run. It's very RNG. Now,
Yeah.
right now, a second mark does pop up
Oh.
and Rumble is not having a favorable trade. Now, in these circumstances, this is the sort of mark where you kind of want to hold on to as long as possible. Stay in vision for as much as possible. But Fiora here, seeing as the mark is unfavorable, she will also
Oh.
reset the mark out of vision.
Okay, so these two at the top is really going in, but at the same time, there is a fight breaking out from the middle side, brought upon by the junglers from both team, and Viego is really looking forward to getting Fiora into one of his coffins, and he is able to do so. But suddenly, Lilia is caught off guard over this. Ziv, he is inside the jungle still, and he is trying to get that jungler from the Philippine side to actually return to the base forcefully.
Which
Oh,
is
that
kind of
is a
unlucky,
very nice
which is
engage.
very, very unlucky actually, because he did get a kill, but he didn't get the scuttle. He did get the crux, but without the scuttle, he
Yes.
could not have reached level 5 to have the recursion on the ult to be able to get that Lilia
Oh,
just now.
at the same time, this bottom side Corki is spraying about, but it is not yet the time for he to be able to burst at least one of these dragon laners from the Filipino side. I mean, like, after for quite some time, Viego seemed to be trying to flank here, but at the same time, Lilia has actually spotted him directly straight to the face, but they have the mid laner coming here as well. Ari, is it going to be coming here as well? Maybe not yet, but I think they have prepared for disengagement as of now.
And right now, both teams have resetted. They're playing very ever so safely because there is right now Team Fuel is leading, but by not a lot, about 500 gold only, and that's a kill to the Viego and an assist on the Galio. So at a state right now where you do have the Viego clean the red side, moving up to his top side. Most likely, Lilia will meet him at the same area. We could expect another top fight later on. But in these circumstances, it depends if Ari is going to allow Galio the first rotation. Because if he does,
Yeah.
then Galio is going to be able to support the top side gang. very quickly with the ult.
Yeah, I think this Galio has been shown to actually be able to move a little bit faster than Ari, which is seemed quite odd to me because given up the moment that is happening, that's how Arajuko Onis predicted it before. But this time around, sadly, Viego is not yet there.
Yes, just now the Viego popped the recall, probably just to get that Dirk item, that extra flag penetration is going to help him get more kills as most of the team is very squishy. However, I do find it a little bit upsetting that the Viego did go back there because you did see the back timers and the Lilia looking for the engage was very very on time. Lilia did do as scripted, did land the gank, and Galio not being able to clear the minions as fast allowed Ari the first rotation and manages to get not much, but still she had the first rotation. So even if anything went wrong, she was the first to
At,
respond.
yeah, at least she's there and she's faster in that particular sense. But I think then this Galio need to do something about it because he has been doing it well in the bottom side part just now. Okay, now he's trying to do something with the flash. Actually, he taunted Ari, but I think it's a little bit too far, right?
That is a lot bit too far, but still you have to note that the damage that he managed to do to the Ari is very close to lethal because doing losing half your HP in a single burst with a Viego and the enemy team can be very lethal. Lucky the Ari managed to get away. There was a Viego creeping in the bush and she didn't know it.
I think that in most of these particular cases, they are trying their best to maybe find some sort of your opening. Sometimes the pressure of the match can get to you, and then you thought that you can actually get away with it, and then suddenly you find yourself in the situation where you do not able to escape from it. So I think this Ari has been doing quite well to escape slightly unlucky things that may happen. I think Diego is a little bit too far, but yeah, I believe that this team has much better judgment than I do, and it seems that the mountain dragon to be exact, is started, and wow, it's actually down for quite so fast, and then suddenly. The blue team over here, fearless, being very fearless and try at least go into and being taunted, able to taunt it one of the key members from 1.5 odds, but there's actually nothing to be gained over here except for the part that Andre Garcia, actually Ari, anything goes and it goes well. He's able to take Andy Garcia, but at the cost of his own life. But I guess that it is okay for him to do so. It's still a quirky kill, right?
Yeah, but despite that, because of the Rumble's rotation and not managing to get a kill out of that or as much impact since they went 1 for 1, the Fiora did manage to get the first tower there. And the Viego
At
does
the same
fall
time,
directly after.
yes, suddenly, suddenly Ziv moves in, and I think that is quite an. I mean, like, I don't see it as a mistake because he should have known that there are still some members of 1.5 odds lingering over there, and now they are taking so many things from the side of Fearless Jungle. Even Fiora over here is actually down there already. So now, being down one tower, one turret, they are also having the Viego died over there. It's actually plummeted the net worth 3000k to the side of 1.5 odds, and now Toka-chan, being the support, being a little bit more tankier, is trying to mid shielding up so much of the skills from the side of 1.5 odds, but it is not being followed by any of his team member, thinking that maybe farming is much more efficient right now.
Right, they're in a state right now where farming should be the better course of action, or they should end up grouping onto any one lane right now because you see the Fiora has already split it. The Fiora has already split sides. Fiora's in a position right now where she can just choose to split for the whole game if she wanted to. There's nothing stopping Fiora right now as she knows she will win this fight with Rumble. So worst case scenario, she does split, kills the Rumble in lane. Best case scenario, Rumble decides to TP for a team fight. 1.5 odds managed to hold out the team fight, and Fiora still pushes on the tower. That's a lot of pressure right now on the Baron lane. That's really how you play Baron lane. Baron lane is about pressure. The more pressure you can do, the more attention you can pull, the better Baron laner you are.
I see. I mean, like him being the richest in the map now. It goes so. I mean, like he is being there to taunt people to go to this side, but still is Fiora with the S plus tier item. That's his Triforce finish up already. A fish. I think it's going to the growth is going to be nigh unstoppable on this Fiora.
That is
Very
true.
very
This
hard
is
for
probably
Fearless.
coming out with an Eclipse as a second item here. Having a if Fiora does build Eclipse on the second item here, Rumble might have to consider just playing for his team. That's and praying that Team Fearless manages to wipe out that 5 versus 4, but Engage does go in from the
Oh
Lilia, manages to
no!
get a sleep in, and the
He,
Galio tries to save the Corki right there. Toka-chan does go in, manages to stop the Engage, but he does fall right after. It is a battle that did side towards 1.5 odds. They looked for the Engage, they saw the Engage, they took it. It was a bit messy, yet they still got what they came for. Right now, they have the upper hand, they have the power. They're going to take and steal the blue buff here for the second blue buff that has been stolen, denying more jungle away from Zeef, making it harder for the Viego to get online. Right now, the next item that he's trying to get is going to be Essence Reaver. He has to try and build that item quick, or else he's not going to be able to fight properly for either the Baron coming up or the third dragon.
I mean, only the support from both sides is actually very close with each other. Also the mid laner as well. But on the Baron lane, the jungler, even the marksman, the ADC is all favoring on 1.5 odds up until now. And both sides of the team is looking at the point of radar. Now that is quite a good catch to the Lucian. Now that is actually the ADC from the side of 1.5 odds down without having to be able to do anything. Now another taunt, really nice taunt from this Galio. Heroic entrance going to be jumping in, but a status from Ari is actually be able to escape from the death that she should be inflicted upon. And now suddenly the fight is turning on to the side of 1.5 odds rather than them actually being down the fool, being killed before the fight even started, resulting in the ace for 1.5 odds. During this particular very very tight moment, we have the Baron. The Baron is alive. The dragon now will supposedly be taken by them, and then yeah, at least so much more going to happen on this particular map where 1.5 odds can have even better position compared to Fearless. Now Fearless is really on the back foot with 36,000 gold worth compared to 44,000. It is not that far, right? I think it's
I
not
mean,
that far.
that's about 8k gold lead, and in my opinion, at least playing playing 5 versus 5, playing a tournament, I feel like 10k is still comebackable. It's very different. It's very difficult, but still 8k is manageable. It's basically like 2k 2k for 4 items, 1k for 2k for 4 champions at lead. Right now we do see 3k lead on the Fiora. Right now I was mistaken, he did build Serpent's Fang instead of Eclipse, which makes sense as Rumble
Yeah.
is focused on the shielding, and Rel also has a lot of shielding here. Fiora is actually the only other person who can rush anti-shield at this moment at the current
Yeah.
economic state that she's at 10k gold.
Well, at least she's the one that should be able to clear up all those shields from the side of even Galio Tokachan over here. Oh, now he's actually charmed over there, and that is resulting in a very long CC, enough for him to be bursted down by the side of 1.5 odds. Now with the numbers favoring them, they are looking at the potential of doing the Baron over here, but not until I believe that they are going to bait so much more from Fearless. But then again, take a look at the bottom side. Fiora is doing the Fiora thingy. This Baron Lena is actually doing so much for the team, even though that he's so far from the side of the team fighting that's happening inside this Baron pit. And there's a Corki, almost got taken out, but Viego is able to jump in, at least trying to catch someone, but Lucian ended up able to kill him and also take away this Galio from the side of Fearless. But only Brom for now is down from the side of 1.5 odds, but he's already able to complete his mission, shielding so much for 1.5 odds. The Filipinos, they feel it, they know that they can do this, and the charm onto the rail really put the nails into the coffin. 1.5 odds, the second ace towards Fearless from the Indonesia. Now looking at the Fiora descending upon the mid lane, going to take on this inhibitor turret. They feel like they are going to get so much more with that Baron buff is going online for them. Some of the heroes from Fearless, champion from Fearless is already up, and the Filipino side is respecting this.
Team Fearless better had sent a prayer before before the game started, because they need a miracle right now to be able to come back here. Gold difference is currently at 13,000 from 8,000 gold previously.
Oof,
This
I think
is
that's too far.
this is normally this is done for, but we gotta give them the benefit of the odds. They didn't get here by luck. They're certainly not going down as easy. They're making it quite difficult still, but it was kind of unfortunate the fight just now. Real did get caught, but it was a move that had to happen. Real had to create the space, had to create some form of map control for the side of Fearless to be able to do anything. And with that, she did get caught. She did get caught
Yeah.
in that situation. Very unfortunate. They really have to find something around the base right now. Maybe a bad dive,
Yeah.
maybe a bad play, any sort of misplay. The
Just-
best they can do now is
Oh
find a
no!
weakness.
Once again, Tokachin is actually better, but at the same time, it is actually Rumble that is actually busted down by this Fiora. The jump, the knock up. Lucian is able to get the one of the players from this Fearless side, and then now after the very good heroic entrance, but still no more follow up from the side of Fearless. Definitely something that is not going to be fruitful in any sorts of circumstances that can be done by this mid laner from the side of Fearless. But yeah, the thing is, as you mentioned, that even that we provided the benefit of doubt for Fearless, team discipline from teams like 1.5 odds, or in general the Filipinos, which has already been prepared, so very prepared for WSPL 2025. I mean, their representatives are too freaking strong.
They are really strong. This game ended up winning top down, in my opinion. It started from Fiora always consistently winning the lane, starting from the Fiora, getting the first tower, providing more pressure, having Rumble to choose either to die in lane or to help the team fight. And that sort of balance that you have to look at your lane and look at the team fight, you look at your team at the same time, with your team not being able to 4 versus 4 against a Lucian Brom, a pick from Ari, and then a full potential team CC from Lilia. It was very difficult to play that top lane with all the pressure in mind. Having one, I win 1 versus 2. That's his name from 1.5 odds. He, even though he did not carry the entire game, he did, however, cultivate the winning play for 1.5 odds right there. That is my opinion, of course.
Yes, he's still the richest in the map, and I believe that he really is able to win against two people. So do not go anywhere to everyone out there. We would like to remind everyone to please leave a comment, commenting on either the teams or the gameplay or the champions, or maybe something that you hope for that might have happened or might or could have happened or will happen, so that we can stand a chance to win one of the 3 skins giveaway provided by the Riot Games themselves. So do not go anywhere. We will be right back for our second game. 0-1. Fearless is behind now against 1.5 odds. Will this be their chance to equalize the point, or will this be the mark where the Filipinos is going to sweep away part of our biggest distribution out of the 10,000 Malaysian ringgit prize pool offered in the WSPL 2025? So good evening and welcome back to everyone who has been with us since the beginning of this live stream. Yet again, we are in the best of three of the fourth placing in the lower bracket run over here from Fearless going up against 1.5 odds. The Indonesian trying to crack the armor of those Filipino giants. We still have another two Philippines teams waiting at the upper bracket final, should be happening in the next weekend. So is it going to be all Philippines up there at the top three, or will Fearless be able to take down at least one of them so that we can see a more variety or more competitive? Sadly, that we do not be able to see our region representative from the MSB up to here, but that is what will happen in the tournament. So welcome back to everyone. I am Sir A, and today I am with a special guest, the very nice and warm and bright caster to the making, Harajuku Oni. How are you there?
I am doing much better after being called warm and cheerful. Well, I think that was the word you used. But yeah, having a good night tonight, watching the game, watching and casting the games between 1.5 odds and Fearless, and it's been an interesting game so far. A lot of display of skill from banning to picking, and they did miss a ban there, but let's not,
Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's all right.
I was,
Maybe it's
I,
part of the
I
plan.
mean, yeah, I mean, I was about to say to you first, like, okay, I guess it is intentional, but it might be due to latency and whatnot. But still, it's just a single band, so it will not change much. Even if you are, you let some overpowered champions to be inside your enemy's hands. But I think most of that is actually being picked out in the first game already. So as everyone can see, the Fearless Draft Band Champions is down there in the screen. So those are the champions that have been picked in the previous game, where we see that 1.5 odds actually not really stomping, but I believe that those games are quite one-sided previously, right?
Yeah, so far it's been a little bit one-sided. However, looking at the drafts right now, it's very interesting that miss slot for the band there could be a Lissandra, could be a Aatrox. The two bands that we did talk about how powerful they are individually and how powerful they are in the setup. We do have a Camille now that and an on. This could be a Senna on bot lane, which is very annoying to see and play against. They do still have the option to be picking. No, I don't. They do still have the opportunity to pick Lissandra of everything.
Mhm.
So it's interesting to see what they'll decide to do right now. They do pick Ezreal. I think on the side of Fearless, they do know that this is a Senna on bot lane. They might go for an Ezreal Karma poke lane. But before that, they're heading straight for the ban. So Nocturne ban, we've talked about this in the last minute. But for those who just came by,
Yeah.
Nocturne is a very good ban because once you press alt, the darkness that shrouds the enemy team is something that's so disorienting for your team that coordinating team fights can be very difficult. The only time you know who is hit is if you scroll the map and you can see the effects coming from Nocturne's skill. You can tell, alright, and then from the top left you'll see, okay, my Ezreal's being cooked. That's the thing about Nocturne.
Mhm.
Pairing Nocturne with someone like Oriana, pairing Nocturne someone with like Galio is an instant team wipeout angle. And we do see the Lissandra still coming in the bans. They weren't going to let that pass. And the Maokai, a very interesting ban because Maokai is arguably one of the only other supports that on the side of Fearless they could use in these situations. It's better to try and use Ornn as a support, Maokai as a support, Gragas as a support, J4 as a support. They already picked out the rail, so they're not having too many stable and good engagers left in the fight here. So it's interesting to see where will their support go.
Yeah, I thought you mentioned Karma and Israel being the poke Hawk champions at the bottom side, but I believe that Karma will not be able to fill in the shoes that might be can be handled or can be taken care of by this Maokai, which results in that last ban. But Lissandra as well as the Nocturne is quiet. We can say it's arguably expected because anyway 1.5 odds are the only team that has yet to pick their jungler. By nature, Camille might be better off to be sent and to be played by one Iwin 1v2. And now suddenly we can see that Alistar is another type of champions that kind of have the same vibe as all these the role that you mentioned can be used
Yes, Alistar
as
is the
if you
only
play
other
Maokai.
support. Alistar is the only other support that you could pick in these situations, as Leona would be very, very troubling to be picked. Now that
Mm.
Brom is out, means that you can
Yep.
go for hard engages. Brom is not really an engager or an enchanter. Brom is a warden. The way I see it, it's a warden, a sentinel. Something to protect you from engages. Now the Brom is already picked out. You have the option to pick
Yep.
these heavy engages such as On, Maokai, Gragas, Javan support, and Alistar. But still, I feel like Alistar is not really the best pick, but it's the only other pick they could go. Alistar pairs very well with Ezreal. Not really a pair, but how this works is that you would have an engager that will roam around, creating map impact. Even if they can't farm in lane, the engager will be doing everything he can for the team. And normally ADCs will be picking something like Ezreal, Karma, Sivir, something that's safe on their own, something that can self-peel, self-escape, has the utility, has the speed. Zaya has her ult for immune, Sivir has her spell
Yep.
shield that she can recur with Navaris, and Ezreal has the blink that can negate roots or negate stuns if timed properly. So these are the sort of ADCs that you would go for when you have these engages in as your support. It's much easier that way. It provides you a lot of flexibility. And if they play this very well, they could actually move Alistar Ezreal into mid.
Ah, I mean, like these are some of the things that if you have the way to actually surprise the enemy, then I guess you are going to take that particular opportunity as soon as possible so that you can have some sort of impact. Because as we see how the game goes, the Filipinos, you if you ever watch this Adventus, the second seed of the team from the Philippines, they play really fast early game to mid game tempo. And then from the side of Faithful Boys, they can actually control the game from the start until finish. No sorts of blunder that can be taken opportunity off. They are very well disciplined. Their movement is very clean as of what we can see from the previous live stream. And then now we have 1.5 odds where you see that they can actually take whatever you think or you believe that they are a bit behind, but suddenly you find out that oh no, this guy is actually doing it the right way. So without further ado, we are now in the second game. Either it will be a match point for the 1.5 odds from the Philippines, or it will be an equalizer from Indonesian fearless team. So which one will it be? Comment in our live TikTok so that you can stand a chance to win one of the 3 skins provided by Riot Games for the giveaway that we have. Do not forget that every live stream session that we have, we always have and pack the 3 skins for giveaway. So yeah, we are now inside the second game, and then things are, can I say, going rough for Fearless already. Toka-chan has been receiving so much hate from that Sena.
Yes, that is the issue with engages, right? A lot of times they only sit in lane for a bit, up until they get level 2 or level 3, and then knowing Toka-chan, you've seen how Toka-chan plays. Toka-chan will walk up, Toka-chan will know where to go. His macro is very good, his engage is very good. He will most probably leave this lane at level 3.
Yeah, hoping that he can reach it soon because he's still 11-1 as of now, lowest among those in the Dragonland. But at the side of the top again, I mean, like yesterday we talked about the Baron laners being bullies in the lane, much more bully. They are the better. And yeah, this Jax going up against Camille, I think this is so very favorable to Camille, right?
I feel like it can go either way. It really depends on how Camille uses her E. How frequent can she
Yeah,
hit a second skill? How does Jax play with the counter strike? It
yeah.
can go either way, but in my opinion, I feel like it really sides towards Camille at the start.
I mean, like Camille can either just hit him when the passive's up, and then that is one benefit. And then now we can see that Lee Sin, the blind monk, is lingering around, maybe trying to get an opportunity. But we see it's actually Bon Blossom that is jumping towards them. Is it the right call to make? And the ultimate from Camille is already out while this thanking some of the turret hits, able to get Bon Blossom to become the first blood to the side of 1.5 odds. I am not sure whether. Yeah, and at the same time, this Riven is able to take down Sena. Now that is something good in return for Fearless, and now they are trying to eye in for maybe that Orn. That is a nice knock up, but unfortunately the follow up might be a little bit too far here.
Right, and in these circumstances, Riven has also finished the ult, so there was not a really good way for the Riven to engage. Knowing the Lee Sin was in top side just now and low HP, you could assume that the Lee Sin has resetted
Oh,
and is going for the counter engage just like right now.
nice. This is an opportunity actually for the side of Takachan as well as Andy Garcia, but at the sliver of health, Zane is able to walk out away. Now that is something that is, if they can take it, it will be so nice. Now this Riven is coming back inside, and Orn is going to receive some of the skills. Rise at the same time trying to poke, flanking from the middle side, but is not able to do anything as well. Where Aurora is actually moving towards the mid lane turret, maybe try to get something to be traded off with the absence of this Rise from the mid lane just now. It is very active, I believe, in the map now.
Right, in every lane, everyone is doing something. You see the trades going in from the Camille, trying his best to control the lane. Camille out here picking grass. See, just like that, how Camille uses the E and how Jax misses the counter strike is the determinant of how this lane will turn out. Camille picking grass here
Oh
allows her to
no.
sustain a little longer. Oh my god, the dragon lane is gone.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is actually a nice move from Lee Sin, able to enable his teammates in the Dragon Land to take out both Andy Garcia as well as Toka-chan while they are still off of our screen just now. But Riven at the same time is trying to get something at least to redeem maybe some of the lost jungle creep inside at his own jungle. As we can see over there, Lee Sin is very deep inside the enemy side jungle, the fearless jungle, but I think he should be safe now.
He is safe. The Riven's decision to invade the Lee Sin there was a very good standard decision. As you know, the Lee Sin has ganked. Your blue buff is coming up. If the jungler is any worth their salt, if they're any good in their skill, knowing that you've already succeeded a gank and your team is the only team alive on that lane, you can try for an invade and grab whatever there is there. Riven
Oh,
being a
here
good jungler.
the Toka-chan is able to at least get that one headbutt onto Aurora, but now will he be able to survive? Yes, he can. So at least there's some good things, but now at the same time, Bon Blossom yet once again being attacked by these two combo wombo between Zen and one Iwin 1v2, and this is not going well again for the Baron Lander on the Fearless. Rice is actually up here, but will he made the right call for going up against these two freaking fighters on the top lane from the side of 1.5 odds, easily able to take him down? But maybe, just maybe, this cavalry from the side of Fearless can do something, Toka-chan. Zif, no, they don't intend to push it. That's
I think
unfortunate.
there is unfortunate, but I think it's because they're so close to the dragon timers right now. They really just want to wait for everyone to come up so they have an equal footing. 5 versus 5. Worst comes to worst, if they fought just now and they somehow lost, if the Aurora rotated, they're gonna lose both objectives. So I think the decision to not pick a fight right there would guarantee them maybe one objective. But the side of Fearless right now, if you see from 1.5 odds, they're not picking an objective. They're picking a fight. They're looking. They're seeing where the enemy jungler is going. Right now, being 4k, nearly 5k ahead. Nearly 5k ahead. They're really trying to pick the fights here. Trying to pick any single fight they can get to extend their lead a bit
Oh,
further.
both of the ultimates from the Dragon Landers on the side of 1.5 is out, and it's not really going to hit so much. But again, at least Lee Sin is able to steal that Ocean Dragon started by the Fearless side, and now both of the players and members from the side of Fearless is taken out bit by bit slowly, and at the same time this Camille is soloing Bond Blossom down yet again. I think he is already too far ahead compared to Jax. And the losers from the team fight at the Dragon, I think it's actually whittling down Bond Blossom morale even more, and then he is actually under his own turret. I think this game is moving towards 1.5 odds a little bit faster than we actually discounted it for.
Right, I thought this game would have scaled a bit slower. A lot of the revelations ended up going out much faster. But just as we saw just now, 1.5 odds did position themselves looking for the team fights more. They're thinking if we can kill them more, we can kill them more frequently, they can farm less. We can get more
Oh
objectives, we
no,
can get more on the map. And Bone Blossom
again.
has fallen again, two
Yeah,
gank this time.
yeah, Jax. I mean, like, I believe that he think that he can win against 1v1 against this blind Mong Lee Sin, but not knowing, not really accounting for his teammate will not be able to reach there compared to 1.5 odds. They have the map fully open towards their side, which really open for more ganking opportunity. As you mentioned, that picking fight is what 1.5 odds is focusing more upon in this particular game. So opening up this side of map is really tempting for you to actually engage them without knowing what will happen. Now again, Bond Blossom is being knocked up. He is not performing well this game. He is I think way too far behind compared to Camille, and now it really shows that Tokachan, he is the one that is going to do all this tanking, while yeah, Israel is trying to poke, trying to get in some of those DPS. Maybe they can whittle down something and someone so that they can jump. At the very least, they can jump and get one off. I mean, like, the kills is not going to the Fearless side for quite some time already.
That is true. There you can see on the scoreboard right now. They're 11-4 with 10k goal gap in
Oh,
9 minutes, and an ult does go in from Camille. They're trying to pick a fight here, trying to get the Lee Sin. Manages to grab the Lee Sin right there, on ults onto the backline, picking up the rise. They did turn back this team fight right here. They're being pushed under tower. Tokachan managing to be caught, and does get caught by the Aurora. Surprisingly, Riven trying his best to get an ult reset, trying to get a kill in. Andy Garcia is still trying to deal a lot of damage onto them. Might be able to get a Camille right here. Good ult coming from the Ezreal, and he's doing his best trying to clean up.
Oh.
But just like that, there was a lot of value still managing to be snagged by Fearless. The Ezreal just now did manage to get a couple of good kills on. It was a messy fight, but despite all that, they're still at a 10k deficit.
It is messy when you see two big lines from the ultimates, from both Sena as well as Ornn. It is really intimidating. I mean, in a sense, it's very intimidating. You see such a huge AoE, such a huge marker and indicator on the floor, but not hitting anything. I guess that is the grace that the Fearless team is looking for. And then at the very least, the turret is able to help them out somehow, wasting so much of the health points from the side of 1.5 odds. I mean, like, the Filipinos, they are just for time being going to be playing around with their enemies, so I guess they don't really pay too much attention and really just brave it on. Now once again they are jumping. Ardo now is down with so swiftly. It just takes about 1.5 to 2.5 seconds for him to be bursted down by the combo from these two. Yet again, Camille and Lee Sin showing off their way of picking off the opponents so fast, so smooth, not knowing when to actually be afraid of the enemy side. Now it's really come to fruition to the side of 1.5 odds with 47k goals in the lead compared to 35k goals on the side of Fearless. I mean, like what can they do now, Oni? On the side of Fearless.
On the side of Fearless, what they can do now is really, really hold it right now because they do have a Jax, they do have the Ezreal, they have the Rise, they can scale a little bit more.
Oh my god, this Tokachat. I mean, like, he is supposed to be the tank here of his among his member, but he is actually down almost half HP just like that. And now both Andy Garcia as well as Ardo yet again killed directly under the onsets of turret, showing that how much this 1.5 odd team members is very, very far ahead. I mean, like, both Riven as well as Jax, they are not there. They are trying to do as best as possible to actually get something else from the map, maybe get at least some sort of advantage, maybe a pressure. But now again, the inverted turret at the mid lane here is already down. They are also down by 2 members, but both of them is respawning now, and at least 1.5 odds is respecting this and back off to maybe put a reset onto these prolonged, very, very prolonged fights. Wow.
Yeah, they're
Very,
really
very
trying their
tough for
best right now
Fearless.
to play it safe. They understand that they can't afford to be giving off any more leads. There are bounties going around, but we can't see the bounties right now. There are still bounties going around for each and every member, I assume. They can't afford to give that away. You see the Honor is starting to engage here with the knockup and the ult goes in. Lee Sin manages to assassinate the backline just like that. They're assassinating Toka-chan too. Toka-chan's considering, am I supposed to be the tank? I'm supposed to be the tank. This is very
You
disrespectful
are.
amount of damage. And now they go just target transfer from the...
Oh, they get
And
something.
Lee Sin manages to fall.
At least they get something from, I mean, the dire state that they are in. So able to kill that Lee Sin just as a trophy. I think they can bring it something or something to go home with. Now the flooded of minions now is already inside, touching upon the nexus from the side of Fearless. But at the same time, Camille is overstaying, but he is on purpose doing this. And that ultimate skill from Israel will not be able to hit this Camille enough time for him to actually just simply sidestep it and get away with this. I mean, yeah, he's overstaying, overextending on purpose, but not being punished for it. Just goes to show how far ahead 1.5 odds compared to Fearless, as in this 14 minutes game timer. Ziv now is eyeing upon him, but that shield coming out from his passive is already very, very massive. Camille jumping at the front, Ziv has to run away, but then again, Camille finally is able to be taken down from the side of Fearless. One team member of the 1.5 odds is down, but they are fighting not as if they are lacking in terms of members. They are pushing Fearless down with the power of their goal, the power of their item, as well as experience and the morale that they have now. It's skyrocketing. There's nothing that can stop them. They are the one that is fearless now compared to Fearless, and I think Ziv, he is just going to, just give this aura a trophy. I mean, a personal achievement. Is
Yeah,
with this, yeah, that's it.
that's just about it. They're literally just toying with the enemy right now. Lee Sin doesn't die on the Nexus. Honestly, if I was the Lee Sin, I would be so mad at my Ornn for not ending while I was like tanking tower. It's a trophy of in on its own. But congratulations to 1.5 odds. They're the champions for today. On the lower bracket finalists, they
Yep.
will be moving up to fight the upper bracket losers. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, correct.
They'll be moving up to
Yes, it's
fight
going to
the
be TBD.
upper bracket losers, which is going to be next week, right?
Correct. So, we would like to also congratulate Fearless for being able to nab that fourth place compared to the other teams. I mean, like, I mean, you yourself is there. Only try your best. You fight with both your Nell, your Tooth, your everything to get to where these teams are, and you know how hard it is. I mean, like, it's really, really hard, right?
Yeah, the struggle is really real. You can see my team right there on the lower bracket BBB. We did get as far. We did get further than we thought we would, but we didn't get as far as we hoped to. And it wasn't really something that was demoralizing for us. And I really hope that it's not something that's really demoralizing for Team Fearless, because that, as a competitive team to another competitive team, this should be a wake up call that currently the Filipino region have the hardest hitters, being in the top three are all Filipino teams. We have to start being more competitive, not just to take down Philippines, to be growing ourselves as a community, to increase our skill levels among each other. And that level of competition is what I personally strive for. It's the same reason why I join tournaments in the first place.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Harajuku. I mean, like you being here today with me, we actually get a lot of inside information. Also get a lot of in team information that I believe we should be able to grow and to enhance our community and our industry in Wild Rift. Looking at this, we know that we are somewhat quite far behind actually in terms of the Southeast Asian community. But then again, we have to take it into our face and we have to be ready for whatever that is coming to the future. And we have to do this more seriously. I think this is a very, very good starting point as we engage more internationally for Wild Rift. So definitely would like to give it a little more shout out to our organizers, the Instalok Esports, where I am myself representing our Chief Director, Madam Azi, that is running out for a lot of this behind the scene work in terms of the tournament in itself administration at the top level is being done by her and me myself representing her as well. So we would like to also give a shout out to our WSPL community for always being there for us, including you, Arjuko Oni, one of our key people in the WSPL. So definitely love to also be co-hosting and co-organizing this tournament with UES Unimas Esports Club. Those are our students. They are really, really proactive in terms of doing esports other than pursuing their studies in at least bachelor's degree. So also a big thanks to Gizmo Gamers Esports Arena for producing our live stream for the upcoming one more weekend. We have been with them for 1 month for this WSPL 2025. It is already at the end of our tournament. So just to give our warmest gratitude to the full funders of this tournament, it is the Dana Isukan KBS, an esports fund initiative from the Ministry of Youth and Sports in the government of Malaysia, as well as with the help of ESI Esports Integrated and Rakan Muda, as well as Rakan Muda Digital. And this tournament is fully supported by the job in campus from Unimas as well. So thank you once again to everyone that has been tuning with us for the past 3 days. I have been in this stream luckily and fortunately to be able to say so much things to our viewer, our community as well, representing from the main organizer. Next week we will be having a very big name to our casting and our live stream. So please stay tuned and please watch how does this the Filipinos will go against each other and take down and run away with our prize money, the biggest portion of our prize money distribution. So once again, yes, thank you so much, Harajuki. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, so I guess that is all for tonight. Thank you so much and good luck to those commenting in our live stream TikTok. May you have that particular chance to win the skin giveaway by the Riot Games. So with that, I am Sir A, and with me Harajuku Oni. Let's say goodbye.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye. See y'all, and you'll definitely see more of me. Maybe not as a caster, but maybe more in tournaments too. If I get knocked out early, might be caster, but thank you for having me here.
You should. You should. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So we are going to all eyes on Fuyu. This guy is an absolute monster on his support play. Definitely looking forward to him. But a lot of people is actually scouting fearless jungler, which is Zip. It's very, very popular. Now there is a small control, but by the now that is a very, very lined up a situation, but the Ezreal is still able to take the first blood against Orki before he himself actually fall down by Tokachan. Looking at the position of these two from Purple Boys, they are so far ahead. Now Jace is already coming in. He has already cleared his jungle, but then again, there is a support from the Faithful Boys mid lane, but it is not enough, and Jax is able to take down Fuyu first. But before that is a counter kill. Very, very nice play by the side of Faithful Boys. Now they are going to take on the third. It's all going in nicely for Evening Child and his friends over here. But then again, the fight is still going on, trying to take whatever is left. Maybe to take down Omnux, but Omnux is still alive. Ezreal slightly missed on his ultimate skill over there, not being able to predict. Lissandra is actually a little bit far to the left in the bush. Now these two is still going at it, Zach. They are still poking, and their poke is in with the killing intention behind. Is so very scary.
You gotta admit, Faithful Boys now are doing really well, getting the map pressure down, clearing the ward, and taking down towers one by one.
Here comes very, very nice movement over here from the side of Fearless, going to be killing Evening Child first as their target, which is a very, very big target on that one. Fuyu opening up his ultimate, trying to break free the movement of Fearless, but Fearless is not able to take more.
Oh!
They are being killed by these pits one by one, but on the side of Faithful Boys, they are actually going to
Viego!
Maybe, but this Viego is soloing the whole team on the other side, and that is a pentakill for this Viego, the jungler. Pits 603 on his KDA, 8,000, 9,000 gold onto his back. He is actually absolutely dominating the team fight, solo carrying Faithful Boys as of 9 minutes into the game. This coordination by the ultimate from this Ornn is really dangerous. The range is so big, and Ornn, look at him over here. He's just walking down towards the side of Fearless, being Fearless over here. But what? Yes, at least the Jax is trying to do something. He jumped at the back line, but might not be enough. There's not much killing potential over there from the side of Fearless. He is already taken down, and now it's followed out by Toka-chan, and maybe they are going to get more. That is a legendary Viego onto your back, and he is going to get your match. Sandra is taken down as well. This Viego is no longer stoppable as of 10 minutes into the game. That is very, very bad news now. Toka-chan is trying to take on something, but he is just melting against this damage by the side of Faithful Boys, and that is not the way for you to enter the team fight. Lissandra also going to be taken down as well. Even Jax now has been killed by Camille. That is a solo kill, I think, happening at the top side. Now it's just going to be a cleaning up from the side of Faithful Boys. Only one champion left from the side of Fearless, with the whole the whole minion army is actually inside their base. Faithful Boys, wow, a very, very strong opening in the first game of the best of 3 in the first semi-final for tonight, Zach.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second game between Faithful Boys going up against the Fearless. This earlier once again, but with the help of Atrox. But now Atrox, he is in a dangerous position. He's taken down by the movement from the support on the side of the board. Oh no, once again, they are going to go up to this top lane and maybe just rush into Bond Blossom directly under the turret. And this is looking pretty grim in the top lane side for the Fearless already. Scary over here for them to actually go into
They caught the Jin.
invading. Oh no, Fuyu. He's once again able to cut Jin, but then again, at least Toka-chan is able to take something. But during the meantime, Curtain's Call is open, but it's not able to hit anybody so fast from the side of Faithful Boys to retreat. But on the way they retreated, they are able to get this rumble. This rumble is slowed down by the movement of these 3 players from the side. Faithful Boys still again kiting, pulling, peeling off one by one, but yeah, they are still able to make these pits escape, but at the same time able to kill this Wukong. Again, Alistar is also taken down by Irelia, but at least Jin is able to revenge his fallen friends, being able to take down this Irelia, but this Irelia is already so far ahead, Zach.
Yeah, and while we see that it's not really... Oh no, they're still going.
They're still going at it, but at the same time, it is not too worth it for the side of Fearless. Ziv is also down now, along with Andy Garcia. Those two are supposed to have to rack up more goals, but they are the one that is keep on dying. Look at their KDA; they actually have among the highest death within their team. Oyo has been showing why he is
Oh,
among the that is so terrible. But at least Rumble is able to take down
Wait.
take down in the enemy side from the Faithful Boys first. But then again, they are falling down like flies one by one at the hand of this Kha'Zix. Maybe trying to look at no, he's not able to get that Quadra onto Rumble because Rumble is already able to kill his teammates at this stage of the game. I mean, like the state of the game itself, they are free to do this. This Aurelia, no, just go at the backside. The curtain calls open. Maybe Jin can get something, but no, even Rice is on a streak now. Now, take a look at Ardo over here. He is alone under their own turret. I mean, perplex is not even the right word now. Right word now. I mean, this is just the way things should go, given the how far ahead Faithful Boys are already at, right, Zach? I mean,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
looking at it
what else
now,
can-
it feels. And looking at it now, it feels like fate is absolute. As the Faithful Boys are gonna play with their food a little bit as they slowly chip off this Nexus.
they do give two of their members to the side of Fearless, but again they still have most of their teammates over here. I mean, Rice is still not even a single tap to his name, Asia. So we are going to go into our second semi-final. Actually, already something going on, and again, Corky, the ADC is the target, but on this side of the lane, oh, that Jarvan really knocks away onto the Vi and is able to take her down after she's able to get the score.
Meaning that he's mostly gonna be utility wise for these early phases until he's able to get that AP down.
Oh, there is a movement here by J4 Love R, but now suddenly stop. Everyone
Whoa!
is just waiting for the hero to enter it. Slamming upon the ground, Galio is able to do things that he wanted to do, and this fight is able to get the trophy, killing William just now. And now there is still trying to push this fight ongoing. That is the Ambessa. Ambessa is able to get
Oh!
Galio as well. Two deaths onto two kills onto his name, but then again this Nami is not going to die. Intentions is fated hard by emotion. Emotions very strong on this Nami. All the control, all the healing. He is baiting the advantage so hard with this Nami.
Up. So in the end, even though they're not really at the best shape as of KDA and Go, they are still able to fight back.
Oh no, there is a good initiation from the side of OD, but there's Koki spraying not really enough damage yet from the side of the Philippines, but then again, the fight is being dragging, splitting into the top as well as the right side of this lane. Both of these teams is having so much tankiness and durability that each of the team's DPS is not able to kill or burst the other side too fast enough.
Oh, the
But
bar!
at least Adventus own part is going to be taken down as well.
I think they can end with this push. Yeah, Adventus, the Philippine kings of the jungle, actually winning a game against outdated Drafter on this first match for this series.
Wow, that I mean, looking at the game timer, we can say that the king of the fast tempo is still them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are already in the second draft for the games.
Aatrox?
Okay, it's very far ahead, but will he be able to, with the flash already burned out, but still that Wukong will be able to move ahead. Okay, so we see that emotion over here, one of the best Nami that we have seen in the tournament, is slowly picking at the side. This is going to be an ambush, but not until Adventus is actually the one that started to release and unleash all hell's fury onto the outdated drafters. Now it's just a cleaning up process. It's going to be a rush in, a chase. by the side of Ventus, but not until Intentions actually taken down by the Zesuni while the engagement is still happening. But the Aurora, the Oriana is still able to get Manila. It's already 201 on his KDA, and I believe they are not going to wait too much because they know that this might be the only opportunity for them to get something that is going to bring them far ahead. But that is the Wukong unleash the spin, hitting so many of the enemy champions, but not necessarily being followed up well. But then again, the red team slice and dicing up Kaisa, not being able to do anything much more. Zisuni as well as this Wukong, and also Emotion all taken down now with no threats left. They are going to go at it at the Baron. Explosive over there. Maybe trying to break open again. Oh no, this Wukong, this Emotion is actually the one that is very, very low. But take a look at the movement over here. This Sune is actually trying to go at the front, maybe trying to catch someone off guard, but not yet, and he is not able to utilize it fully. All of the champions from the members of this so low, and Atrox is just going to do a cleaning up process, not having tank anything on the side of Adventus. They're only low onto this Akali and Ezreal, not feeling the threat from the side of OD. OD is against on the back foot. Take a look at this Fiora. He's actually playing his own game. Just now he's actually doing the land shoveling at the bottom side, not caring for his teammate. Now Zisune is actually pinned down from the inside of his own base, but still the hook out until the Ezreal ultimate hitting him suddenly from the side, in the middle of the lane. So once again, we would like to thank our organizers, made it up by Instalok Esports from the land of Borneo in Sarawak here, co-organized by Unimas Esports Club and official student club from the public university here in Borneo Island, which is University of Malaysia Sarawak, as well as our strategic partner for the live stream and technicalities provided by Gizmo Gamers Esports Arena, high quality stream throughout the entire 4 weekends together, as well as a big shout out to the community WSPL for making things go this far. So we are going to all eyes on Fuyu. This guy is an absolute monster on his support play. Definitely looking forward to them, but a lot of people is actually supporting fearless jungler, which is Zif. It's very, very popular. Now there is a small control, but by the now that is a very, very lined up situation, but the Ezreal is still able to take the first blood against Orki before he himself actually fall down by Tokachan. Looking at the position of these two from Faithful Boys, they are so far ahead. Now Jace is already coming in. He has already cleared his jungle, but then again, there is a support from the Faithful Boys mid lane, but it is not enough, and Jace is able to take down Fuyu first. But before that is a counter kill. Very, very nice play by the side of Faithful Boys. Now they are going to take on the third. It's all going in nicely for Evening Child and his friends over here. But then again, the fight is still going.